Some footballers are born into comfort, but others are born into survival. This is the story of Miguel Santos, a boy who grew up with nothing and became one of the biggest football stars in the world. Miguel Santos grew up in the favelas of Sao Paulo, Brazil. His father worked double shifts at a textile factory. His mother cleaned houses in rich neighborhoods across the city. They did everything they could, but there was barely enough money for food. Football boots, training equipment, a proper academy, that kind of life was for other kids. But Miguel had something that couldn't be bought, a gift and an unbreakable spirit. Every day after school, Miguel ran to the dusty lot behind his building. No grass, no nets, no clean field, just dirt, and to rusty metal posts as goals. And instead of a real football, Miguel played with a ball made from rolled up newspapers and tape. The older kids laughed at him. They mocked his patched up sneakers. They mocked his homemade ball. But Miguel didn't care. He practiced dribbling around potholes, broken glass, and rocks. And without realizing it, he was building something powerful. Agility, balance, creativity. The kind of football you can't learn in a fancy academy. One afternoon, everything changed. A youth scout named Carlos Mendez was driving through the area when he spotted a kid weaving through older boys like it was nothing. Miguel moved like he was dancing. Carlos had been scouting for over 20 years, but he'd never seen talent like this. Carlos, "Hey kid, how old are you?" Miguel, 14. "Sir." Carlos introduced himself, and then he said the words that changed Miguel's life forever. "Carlos, I want you to try out for Santos FC, the same club where Pelé began his legendary career." Miguel arrived at the Santos Academy and felt completely out of place. The other boys had professional boots, perfect uniforms, private coaching. Some even had tutors and nutritionists. Miguel arrived in school clothes, carrying his things in a plastic bag. And in the first week, he struggled. The training was structured. The tactics were advanced. The coaches saw his raw skill, but they weren't sure he could adapt. Some teammates whispered, "He doesn't belong here." But Miguel remembered his mother's words. Talent without hard work is wasted potential. From that day forward, Miguel trained harder than everyone. He was the first to arrive, the last to leave. He practiced set pieces until his legs ached. He studied football clips late into the night, and slowly, he transformed. He didn't lose his street creativity. He sharpened it. Then came the match that changed everything. A scrimmage against a rival academy. Miguel scored a hat trick. Not normal goals. Legendary goals. A bicycle kick. A solo run past 5 defenders. And a free kick that kissed the top corner. That day, scouts weren't just watching. They were writing his name down. At 17 years old, Miguel signed his first professional contract with Santos. The signing bonus was enough to move his family out of the favela into a small but comfortable apartment. His parents cried as they watched him sign because they knew this wasn't just Miguel's success. This was the family's escape from struggle. But Miguel wasn't finished, not even close. 2 years later, Barcelona came calling. The transfer fee was more money than Miguel's family could even imagine. As he boarded the plane to Spain, Miguel carried a small piece of dirt from the lot, where he trained as a kid, a reminder of where he started. In his first season at Barcelona, Miguel became the youngest player ever to score in El Clasico against Real Madrid. And the move he used, a dribble he perfected years ago, dodging potholes in Sao Paulo. 5 years later, Miguel Santos was known worldwide. Champions League winner, World Cup star, millions earned. But Miguel never forgot home. Every summer, he returned to the favela, and he built a football academy on the same dusty lot. He gave kids real footballs, real boots, real opportunities. And he told them what Carlos Mendes once told him: talent is a gift, but what you do with it is your choice. Miguel's story reminds us greatness doesn't require perfect circumstances. It requires determination, because success isn't about where you start. It's about refusing to stay there.